In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on August 6, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Athletics versus Washington Nationals. The 2025 MLB season keeps chugging along on Wednesday, August 6th, with the Oakland Athletics facing off against the Washington Nationals in an interleague battle at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., where the Athletics look to capitalize on some hot bats while the Nats try to scrape together enough offense in what could turn into a pitcher's showcase under the afternoon sun. Jeffrey Springs has been dialing it in lately, delivering quality starts and showing the kind of command that shuts down lineups, and I see him keeping that momentum rolling against a Nationals team that's been flailing against left-handers over the past 10 days, managing just a .641 OPS and 82 WRC plus across 112 plate appearances, which isn't scaring anyone. That's why I'm locked in on the Athletics here. The Nationals could be piecing together a bullpen day, and their relief crew has been a disaster recently, leaking runs and failing to contain hitters. Even if Washington trots out Cade Cavalli, I'd still back the Athletics, who've been mashing with a 109 WRC plus against righties and a scorching 120 WRC plus versus southpaws over the last 10 days, giving them the edge to control this from the plate and snag the win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Athletics money line is our full game side pick. Calling the total here feels like navigating a minefield, but it leans low given how Washington might rely heavily on that shaky bullpen I mentioned, which has been getting torched and could open the door for some damage if they're not careful. Yet the Nats' bats were ice cold last week, and cracking Jeffrey Springs won't be easy. Springs has posted a crisp 3.1 earned run average since mid-June, keeping games tight, while Oakland's bullpen has stepped up big since the All-Star break with a 3.45 earned run average, 1.08 WHIP, and holding opponents to a .209 average, all pointing to a contest where runs stay scarce and the under cashes comfortably. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Royals versus Boston Red Sox. The MLB action keeps rolling on Wednesday with an American League clash at Fenway Park, where the Kansas City Royals square off against the Boston Red Sox in the finale of their 3-game set, with both teams hungry to make a statement as the season heats up and playoff races tighten in the dog days of summer. Kansas City mostly stood pat at the trade deadline, holding on to arms like Seth Lugo, Cole Ragans, and Chris Bubic as a clear signal they're not waving the white flag on this year or beyond, staying within reach of a wild card berth even with Ragans and Bubic sidelined for now. Watch has been steady on the mound but hasn't piled up the wins due to the Royals' bats going quiet too often, leaving him hanging without much support. Boston, meanwhile, has been raking at the plate, just like we saw in Monday's outburst with 8 runs crossing, and heading into Tuesday, they'd plated at least 6 in 5 of their previous 6 outings, which gives them a serious edge to keep the momentum and close this series strong. As our first pick for this matchup, the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. Kansas City's games have trended under in 65 of their 113 this season, with one push coming into Monday, reflecting their offensive woes as they rank 29th in the majors with just 3.68 runs per game scored while allowing 3.81, averaging out to 7.49 total per outing. Not much fireworks there. On the road, they bump it to 4.16 scored but still concede 3.84, hitting around 8 runs combined away from home, keeping things contained. Boston entered the weekend with the under cashing in 58 of 114 games with 3 pushes, but they sit 5th in runs per game at 4.98 overall and average 9.25 total per contest, cranking it up to 5.29 scored at Fenway with 9.29 combined in their home digs. With May showing some vulnerability in keeping runs off the board this year and Boston's lineup stacking them up lately, this one's poised to climb over the total as the bats take over. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus Atlanta Braves. The Milwaukee Brewers are set to face off against the Atlanta Braves on Wednesday evening, closing out their three-game National League Series in what could be a decisive finale as Milwaukee looks to keep its hot streak alive while Atlanta scrambles to avoid another home stumble in a season that slipped away from them. The Brewers are rolling as the top squad in baseball right now, and it's no fluke. They're clicking on all cylinders with strong hitting, solid pitching, and a knack for winning away from home that sets them apart. That momentum should carry them to a sweep over Atlanta in this series, especially with a winning road record that contrasts sharply with the Braves' sub-.500 mark in their own park. Atlanta's gone just 5-9 in Spencer Strider's starts this year, and their offense has sputtered to a .234 average since the All-Star break, dropping 10 of their last 13 games amid a stretch where they've scored among the fewest runs in the league. Milwaukee's been scorching with a .302 batting average over the same period, bringing the heat at the plate. Jose Quintana takes the bump for the Brewers, and he's been lights out on the road with a 2.49 earned run average, giving them a clear edge to control this from the mound and seal the deal. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. Expect a tight, low-output battle on Wednesday between these two, with runs hard to come by thanks to a pair of starters who shine in their respective spots. Jose Quintana's 2.49 road earned run average for Milwaukee sets a tough tone, while Spencer Strider's been reliable at home with a 3.07 earned run average for the Braves, keeping things contained. Atlanta's not likely to generate much with that .234 average since the break and ranking near the bottom in total runs scored, which keeps the scoreboard quiet and pushes this one under the line. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego Padres versus Arizona Diamondbacks. The San Diego Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks are gearing up to finish off their three-game National League West Series on Wednesday, with Arizona looking to leverage their series lead and home field edge, while the Padres aim to steal one on the road in a matchup that could turn into a slugfest given the shaky arms taking the mound. Arizona holds the upper hand in this season's head-to-head, and they've still got enough firepower in the lineup post-Suarez trade to grind out a victory here, especially against a vulnerable starter. San Diego's rolling out Nestor Cortes for his first start since early April, and hitting the road against this Diamondbacks order won't be kind. He's bound to shake off some rust early, leaving openings for guys like Carroll and Marty to drive the offense and keep Arizona's faint playoff hopes flickering. The Diamondbacks aren't afraid to dip into the bullpen if things get dicey, and that flexibility should help them navigate to a win in front of their home crowd. As our first pick for this matchup, the Arizona Diamondbacks money line is our full game side pick. If you're chasing top-tier pitching, steer clear of this one. Neither Cortes nor DeSclafani has the stuff to bottle up runs and keep things low, setting up a game that sails over with ease. Cortes hasn't towed the rubber in months and is making his Padres debut, so expect San Diego to leak runs fast against Arizona's potent top of the order that can rack up damage in bunches. DeSclafani got chased after just 2 innings in his last outing and is more reliever than starter these days, forced into a spot where he'll struggle to contain the Padres' bats, turning this into the kind of high-scoring affair that lights up the scoreboard from both sides. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox versus Seattle Mariners. It's the middle installment of this three-game showdown between American League foes out in the Emerald City, where the Chicago White Sox roll into town to battle the Seattle Mariners on Wednesday night, with Seattle looking to build on their momentum while Chicago hunts for any spark in a season that's tested their resolve from the jump. Chicago's shown a bit more life since the All-Star break, but let's be real, that's not saying much given their overall struggles, and while Cannon looked solid in his one career turn against the Mariners, he's been hit or miss this year, sitting at 3-6 with a 4.53 earned run average, 1.32 WHIP, 15 walks, and 35 strikeouts over 57.2 road innings, which leaves room for Seattle to pounce. The Mariners went all in at the deadline, beefing up their bats with Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor. Neither's exploded yet in their new digs, but they've upgraded the lineup over what the White Sox bring, tilting this toward the home team riding high and grabbing the win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. Their initial series this year saw the under cash in 2 of 3 with a skimpy 6 runs combined per game on average. thanks in part to a 1-0 snoozer, but the latest clash went 6-5, proving these squads can ramp up the offense when the mood strikes. That said, Chicago's bats have heated up lately, and even if they struggle early against Kirby, their patience could pay off once they reach the bullpen, while Seattle's weekend takedown of Texas might reignite their lineup, led by the American League's top power threat, with a chance for multiple contributors to step up and drive the total higher, especially since the over's gone 5 to 4 to 1 in their last 10 meetings. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.